Okay, I'm going to get right into this clip because in my last video I showed how the AI is able to read your mind, so to speak, and know when you're looking for a particular power-up and exactly which power-up you're looking for. It's able to read your intentions. So in this clip, this is very similar. Here, these two guys, the two opponents, Mach 13 and Vlad, are both in an awkward position right on this rusted bridge. So I have the idea of going to get this repulsificator because I just try to use it. I just realized I just used them up. I used one up already, trying to get another, wasting opponent earlier in the game. So I have this idea that there's this huge field here where there's a bunch of power-ups, but then I underestimate how far away it is. And I figure, those guys are going to be long gone by now because I'm so far away. But then I kind of realized, oh, look at that. Look at that, there's Vlad. I thought sure they'd be gone by now. Oh, here comes Mach 13. Just in time for me. Just in time for me to use the power-up. So let's get a better view of that from a better angle. So there you see Vlad coming by and Mach 13 just at exactly the right moment. Exactly after I get the power-up. Okay, so from the timing of that, it's quite clear that the AI knew exactly what was going through my mind, what I was planning on doing. Because there I get the power up and they both show up at exactly the right moment. So you're probably saying at this point, all right, well, how could the AI possibly have known what was going through your mind? I mean, how could it engage in mind reading like that? Well, there are three pieces of evidence, the way I figure it, that made the AI realize what was going through my mind. First of all, I had already used the repulsificator power-up earlier in the game. I had already wasted one opponent. Secondly, I had hit the key right when those two opponents, Vlad and Mach 13, were stuck under that fence. I tried to invoke the power-up. I hit the power-up key and it didn't work because it was all run out. So that was a second clue that the AI had, and I do believe that the AI knows what keys you're hitting during the game. Every little bit of evidence that the AI can use to figure out what's going through the player's mind, the AI has access to and uses. So that was the second piece of evidence. And the third piece was just obviously that the two opponents were in the perfect place. They were not very accessible to me. They were in the perfect place for me to get them using that power-up, the repulsificator. Not such a great place for me to waste them by just ramming into them. So those three clues, I think, were what made the AI realize exactly what was going through my mind. So now let's see that clip again from the opponent's point of view. I want to kind of like hammer this point home here. Now watch this. Okay, so now let's watch this from Mach 13's point of view here now. So here you can see I'm hitting him. I'm realizing I don't have the repulsificator, so I take off in search of a new one. And now watch what he does. He starts following me. But he's not just following me blindly. Now watch what happens. When he gets close to this area, he stalls. Notice that, how he stops and he just starts stalling and going very slowly. What he's doing is he's pacing himself. He's timing himself very carefully so he'll appear at just the right moment. Now he's taking off faster. Now he's really picking up speed and he appears just right exactly at the moment where I have the repulsificator, and of course he gets wasted. Okay, now let's see it from Vlad's point of view. So here you can see the Mach 13 took off and boom! Vlad turns into goes into ghost mode for a moment there, what I call the shadow AI. He becomes visible right here, just around so I can see him, and he hits that wall. He comes right into the vicinity of where I'm picking up the power-ups, the repulsificator. Boom! At this point, he hits me in the rear end. I thought he was trying to stop me, but then I realized he's actually helping me, and boom! He gets wasted along with Mach 13. Now let's put the icing on the cake here. Let's see this in split screen mode. All right, so here's the point where I realize I don't have the repulsificator, so I take off and search for one. I know there's a repulsificator in this field. I just underestimate how far away it is. So here you can see Mach 13 coming. He's following me. Here's where I start picking up a repulsificator, but I pick up a power up, but that's not the repulsificator. Now look, see how Mach 13 is almost like he's watching me. He's seeing what I'm going to do next. At this point, it's pretty clear that I'm picking up the repulsificator. Look how he takes off right after I get the second repulsificator. He comes really fast, and the interesting thing is he puts himself right next to this wall here. Yeah, you'll notice that both of the opponents position themselves right up against that wall, right after I pick up the power-up, where I can get maximum efficiency and where they're sure to be wasted. So it's pretty obvious. So now let's see it from Vlad's point of view. So here you can see him, boom, he turns into ghost mode right after I hit that wall there. And I realize, you know, it's a little bit further, I have to go a little bit further. And so I start picking up more power-ups. He comes and he heads towards me, and when he hits me, he's not trying to hinder me. He actually kind of helps me a little bit, actually spins me around and picks up that last power-up. And boom, they both come in the exactly the right position and get wasted. So my reason for making these videos is to kind of encourage those who might be inclined to be game developers, to kind of encourage them to pursue that field, especially in the field of AI, and also to encourage the rest of us to become connoisseurs of the AI and the games we play and really notice it and really appreciate it more, because that's the way, you know, we're going to encourage the developers to come out with better and better AI, is to insist on it and to notice when it's really good, and to kind of, you know, pay as much attention to the AI in video games as we do currently to the graphics. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and be sure to check out my other videos for even more startling examples of artificial intelligence in Carmageddon 2. Thanks for watching.